Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Seymour Shore Stadium. Here are your teams for both sides. For Hills United we have number 1, Ryan Wood, number 4, Brian Jumba, number 5, Daniel Petkowski, number 9, Yu Okubu, number 11, Anthony Frankie, number 15, Noah Casserly, number 17, Caleb Jackson Brown, number 19, Glenn Kelshaw, 20, Thomas Lopez, number 26, Thomas Macro, and number 27, Nikolai Muller. And on the bench, we have number 3, Ethan Smith, number 7, Wade Julvanendi, number 13, Cameron Phillips, number 18, Mitchell Smith, number 24, Sunday Yona, and number 31, William Lucas. And now, for your Sutherland Sharks, we have number 1, Nenad Bekic, number 2, Kotairo Katsuta, number 4, Mitchell Samadelis, number 5, Takemire Umebachi. Number 10, Mason Fernandez. Number 11, Jay McGowan. Number 14, Chris Lindsay. Number 15, Matthew Morich. Number 27, Matthew Jackson. Number 77, Levi Scaragia. And number 91, John T. Bush. And on the bench, we have number 6, Samuel Junitano. Number 8, Muhammad Ahmed. Number 23, Ethan Bevan. Number 26, Jacob Garner, number 32, Liam Rippon, and number 99, Jacob Crewen-Cowan. And the officials for today's game is Adrian Arms, Charbel Gerhardt, and Luke Chapman, and your fourth official is Hayden Michelmeyer. Kickoff will be underway shortly. welcome your Sutherland Sharks and Hills United.
Welcome to Seymour Shaw Park for the first game of match day 9 of the National Premier League Men's New South Wales competition. We have the hosts, the Sutherland Sharks, looking to bounce back from a deflating loss last week against a side fresh off its third win of the season in Hills United. This game's sure to have plenty of implications later on in the season as the relegation battle begins to heat up here in match day 9. Let's get straight to the starting lineups then. Sutherland Sharks FC, and this is the lineup that Steve Zorich has gone with a few changes, to say the least, from the side that lost 7-0 to Apia Leichhardt last week. Nenad Vegic is in goals in the number 1 jersey. Number 4, the captain Mitchell Stamatelis. He's joined alongside Takahade Umbache, who is also with Katura Kitsuta. Mason Fernandez in the number 10 shirt is joined by Jay McGowan, number 11, number 14, Chris Lindsay, number 27, Matthew Jackson, number 15, Matthew Morich, number 77, Levi Skiracha, and 91, Jonty Bush rounds out the starting lineup for the Sutherland Sharks. A few recognisable names on the bench here, starting with number 6, Sam Gulasano, number 8, Mo Ahmed, number 23, Ethan Bevan, and number 26, Jacob Garner drops to the bench after last week, and number 32, Liam Rippon rounds out the matchday squad for the Sutherland Sharks. Moments away from kickoff here. So we'll get to the Hills United lineup. Their coach, Luke Caserli, starting off in goals, as always, for Hills United. Number 1, Ryan Wood, joined by number 5, Daniel Petovsky. Number 4, Brian Jamba in the middle of the park, along with the lethal poacher, Yu Kubu, number 9. And number 11, Anthony Frangi. Number 15, Noah Caserli. Number 17, Caleb Jackson-Brown. Number 19, Glenn Kelshaw. Number 20, the side's top goal scorer this year, Thomas Lopez, joined with number 26, Thomas Mako. And number 27, Nikolai Muller, rounds out the starting lineup. Should be getting underway here momentarily. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, Football New South Wales YouTube page. Hope that sound doesn't annoy you too much throughout the game. Hills United on the front foot to start with. Get to the bench when we got a second. A few names out, a few names returning on the bench for Hills United. Obviously without Isaac Hova the last couple of weeks. Owen Muntford, he's out as well, and so is Jordan Lane alongside Jamal Belcardi. Big names missing for Lucas Early's side. Early stages of the season, obviously getting into the grit and grind part of the season. Few midweek fixtures starting to creep up on all the clubs, and throw in the FFA Cup to come soon, and squad depth's really going to be tested around this time of year. Throw in the heat as well. It's like a spring day out here in the Shire. So the bench for Hills United: Cam Philp, Mitchell Smith, William Lucas, Wade Giovanelli, and Sunday Iona, the former MacArthur Bulls FC Academy product. Plenty of experience at the top level, playing up front last year. It's a chance here for Sutherland. Early calls for a penalty. They won't get it though. Looked like a pretty fair challenge there. In the end, it was like Nikolai Muller, apologies. Pretty even opening stance of the game. Kubu coughs up possession pretty early there, but they'll get it right back. Hills United. It's a tale of two takes coming into this week's matchup. Obviously two teams on the ends of, say, differing results. Sutherland Sharks going down 7-0 to Apia Leichhardt last week, down 4-0 at half-time. They were never really in it, and they do look a bit better to start off. A bit more promising signs for the Sharks fans in the very early stages of this game, it must be said though. Obviously Sutherland, bottom of the NPL, joined for company in the second relegation spot with the Central Coast Mariners. Very, very early stages of the season still. A lot of football to be played. Kitsuta here for the Sharks. Play around the back. Good looping ball over the top. There's a chance here. Good clearance in the end there, and it's going to be a corner for the Sharks. First corner of the afternoon. And it's going to be Chris Lindsay to take this one. He's got the option short if he wants. To go short, but not the option he goes. He looks for Morich, and Morich, no foul called there, and there'll be another goal kick for Hills United. 5 minutes gone here. Sutherland, unfortunately, heading into this game, last goal scored 237 minutes ago. It was Jay McGowan. Simply put, there's no other way around it. You need to score goals to stay up in this competition. It is very cutthroat towards the bottom of the ladder, and you can ask Bulls FC Academy about that last year. It's unfortunately what sunk them. Only 5 goals scored this season, with them coming in 3 separate games. 5 games without a goal. The Sharks. Kubu's header. Unfortunately, no one for the visitors, and the Sharks will regain possession. They've had plenty of the ball the first 5 minutes here. The hosts. Kubu, again, he's been just about everywhere for Hills. Kelshaw, a little bit of a challenge there with Bush. And the Hills United skipper wins a free kick for his side. So he'll be looking to pick out Anthony Frangi with a cross here. He's got a highlight reel of aerial packages so far of the last couple of years, let alone his career. See what Kelshaw can produce here. Stayed at a good distance, and there's another chance here if they can get the ball into the back stick. Plenty of numbers there. It's a good defensive effort in the end there, and it's in! An excellent start from the Sharks, and it has been completely unravelled. Hills United take a very early lead, and it's Noah Casserly adding more misery to the Sharks' last 7 days. Looked like it was a good clearance there. Just got past it, and Casserly bolting through. Got past his defender. Great header in the end there. Vekic was there, but that close, that much power from Casserly was always going to be a goal. And Hills United, 1-0. Surprising start considering how much of the ball the Sharks had, but I guess that kind of sums up the season that they're having so far. Just the second chance, second time Hills were really in the final third. 6 minutes, it was all Sutherland. Haven't looked to drop their heads yet, which is a positive sign for the Sharks fans. Bush looked to have lost it there, but it was final touch off of Kubu. Here he is again, Bush. Doesn't go. McGowan is looking for Fernandez. Hills United defenders everywhere. Yellow shirts everywhere. And unfortunately for the Sharks striker, he's conceded a goal kick and he doesn't look too happy about it. Not much going the way of the Sharks in the very, very early stages here. Ryan Wood on his bike to go. Get the ball. The Sharks go from here. It's been a very, very tricky start to the season. Obviously, last season escaped relegation and just looked to just touch off. Something's not been right at the start of the season so far for the Sharks, particularly in attack. I mean, last year defensively, just about as solid as anyone in the league. Second best defensive record. They're averaging just a tick over a goal a game conceded, and this season they've already conceded 20. In the first 8 games, which gives them the 3rd worst defensive record so far. Only behind their opponents today, Hills United. Conceded 21, and obviously the Central Coast Mariners, who joined them for company in 15th place with just 4 points to start the season. Hills United won't want to hear about that. They're the only team to lose to Central Coast this season. They've struggled against the A-League academies this year and tended to do not too bad against more senior opposition, as they're doing here today against the much more experienced side of the Sutherland Sharks. Sutherland. Chance played out here from the back. That's what they excelled in that opening stance. Just couldn't get that final touch, but there's another opportunity here with Frangie. He's got a Kubu to his right. Can't pick him out. Caleb Jackson Brown. Just resetting. Smart move there. Cool, calm, collected back four of Hills United. And Brian Jamba. Absolute workhorse in the middle of the park for Hills United, and he's given it away. The commentator curse strikes. Skuraja tried to play it through. It's another chance here, but a great interception there in the end. And as Sutherland had a few numbers there, referee blows his whistle. Not much complaints there from the Sharks attackers. It looked like it was Morich there who committed the final foul. Jackson Brown. Ball over the top, looking for the skipper. Kelshaw is going to get a boot on it, and I think he tried to put it out for a throw there and not successful. Smart move. Haven't seen that done much. Got to respect, a lot of players would have just given up there, but skipper leading by example. Getting it out for a throw. Or we tried to, at least. Skipper on the other side. Restarting possession here for Sutherland. Sutherland, of course, lost, losing 6 of their last 7. Their only win of this season coming against Sydney Olympic. Both sides are beaten. Start the year, just the 4 combined wins between them, and both of them coming against Sydney Olympic. And again, another summary of the Sharks season there. Unfortunately, it was Stamatellis who went forward, ran into his own player, and Hills going the other way. Denied by the offside flag. It was Nikolai Muller. Darting run forward, Brian Jamba covering for the time being. This looks like Hills have gone back to the 5 at the back in defence, at least anyway. Kelshaw and Jamba. Licensed to roam. Here's a chance Bush gets it across the face, deflected away, and it should be cleared here for Hills. That sun you could see right glaring in the eyes of Brian Jamba. It's going to play its factor in the final couple hours we have here, as it probably will in the other game. The Northwest Sydney Spirit going against St. George FC at 5:30. Another game tonight. St. George City travelling to Sydney's southwest Marconi Stadium for 7:15 kickoff, and then super Sunday of action. Sydney United versus Rockdale Linden at the Sydney United Sports Centre. You know there's going to be plenty of fireworks in that clash, and then the Wollongong Wolves taking on the reigning premiers, RPL Leichhardt, also at 3 p.m. The other 2 games at 3 p.m. Central Coast Mariners facing Sydney Olympic, whilst Manly United look to get some breathing room in that early relegation scrap, I must say, against the surprising league leaders, the Western Sydney Wanderers. The amazing story going from basically a last day survival, second last day in that clash against Mount Druitt. It's round 28. And now leading the league. Credit to Christo and the team out there. They've done a fantastic job. Ball forward, but again, the numbers at the back for Hills, the yellow shirts are everywhere. And Akubu, chance to break here. He's looking for Frangie. He mistimed his run, and he's back on side now. The acrobatic specialist he is. Lopez deflected cross away. Could fall for Jackson Brown. Again, yellow shirts everywhere. The Sharks are trapped. Fernandez giving the ball up. They've won it back just as quickly. See McGowan. Pressing style that Lucas Early's instilled on his team, and Jackson Brown wins it back. Akubu can strike it if he wants. He's got plenty of room. Akubu plays himself through. Akubu takes himself out, unfortunately. He's got a hurt on the synthetic turf. Beaming down heat. Skin contact on that synthetic turf while sliding. That's a recipe for disaster, and he looks a bit ginger walking it off the Hills United number 9. Just 15 minutes gone here. Hills United with a 1-0 lead. Thanks to Noah Caserly's header. 5th minute of play. Action in the back there. Referee's not interested in it. Bush. Kasuta. It's just that linking man between the centre-back pairing there of Stamatellis and Lindsay. Fernandez. Try and win it back here. He can't do it. Jackson Brown, bit of space to move. Frangie now. Crosses it into Kelshaw. Great challenge there from Jay McGowan. Won the ball back for his team. And they could break here. Real good chance with Bush down the left. Can't see him, but that's even better work there. Big credit to the Hills United defence to hold that one out. It's Thomas Mako. Yeah, now Mako. Targeting run forward, promising. Lopez loses it, wins it back. It's been a bit like that to start the game for Hills United. Frangie now. Assessing his option, goes long. Kelshaw's there, his touch is a little bit too heavy, and McGowan's going to claim that. Kasuta. Just again, every time Sutherland seemed to be a bit under pressure, the ball just goes to Kasuta, and very, very calm, relaxed presence in the middle of the park for Sutherland. Much needed. Norwich. Bush. Here, just absolutely outnumbering them everywhere. Camped back, looking to hold on to this 1-0 lead. Fernandez looking to play McGowan through, but it's going to go the other way for Hills. Akubu very, very nearly could have been in there. Lindsay looked to have kept it in. Hills United bench thinks differently. Sutherland with a chance to go the other way. Obviously, Jay McGowan looked dangerous to start this game alongside the number 10 Mason Fernandez. Scored 3 of his side's 5 goals so far. 3 of them coming in the second half, but another chance. Gearard lost the ball, calls for a foul again, but referee, to his credit, he's letting the play flow on here. Skiarja won't be happy, but referee's having his way so far. Good ball in here to Thomas Lopez. Keeper's off his line. He looked up. He thought about it. He's going to wait for more yellow shirts to turn up, and Jamba almost coughed up possession. Just overran it a little bit. Thomas Lopez. 2 goals so far this season. Very, very balanced attacking. Almost 3 for Hills United this season. So Anthony Frangie scored a couple bangers to start the season. Akubu, apologies, with 4 goals so far. Good spin there. Muller complaining to the referee. Plenty of complaining so far to the referees, as in every game. Koskovsky. To Jamba, and they'll just reset here for a second. Goes past, very, very risky there. Back to Muller. And Muller with 2 sharks in between him. Got out of deep waters, no pun intended. Here's Kelshaw down the right. Ball's bouncing, looking to get a low-driven cross in, and very, very lucky there for the Sharks. Only out for a throw. Hills looking good. Turning the tide a little bit. About the halfway point here. The first half of action at Seymour Shaw Park. Marshall with a long throw. Jackson Brown into the box now, and Muller was looking to pick out a Kubu. He could have turned his man there. Disappointing end for the visitors. Sutherland desperately looking for a way back in this game. Fortunately, a few times it's been a bit of a story their season so far. Had a good chances this season. Obviously, the round 3 clash against Blacktown City, just almost producing a 3-0 deficit, walking away with a point, but wasn't meant to be in the end. James Tchaikovsky amongst the goal scorers that day, along with Jay McGowan. There's Morridge. Coughed up again here by the Sharks, that they'll look to retain it. Frangie had a word to the referee, and the referee's blown his whistle straight away. Bit of action in back play there. There's a mixture of Jamba and Mako involved, with a few Sutherland players, and Physio's brought on here. It's pretty interesting. These two sides last year were just rock solid defensively. Obviously, Hills United, the Football New South Wales League One men's champions, finishing in first place, getting the automatic promotion, and they only conceded 21 goals. Oh, sorry, they conceded 21 goals this year, conceded 36 last year. Just under one of the best defensive records that league had ever seen, and slipped up a few times this year. Last 3 games, conceded 8 goals.
Thank all of their sponsors this season: Pipe King, Eureka's, Plain to Sea, JD Sports, Ace Cutters, TFS.
Not the best away form either for Hills United. 10 goals conceded in the first 4 away games thus far, but back at home. They had 2 back-to-back home games in the last 2, as it looks like Matthew Jackson could continue here. He was the man down. Couldn't see him there over on the far side of the pitch, but he's going to receive some treatment on the side there. Looks good to continue. Sutherland haven't... I was just about to say they don't have any replacements warming up, and I look to my right and I see the likes of Sam Gulisano and Mohammed getting limber just in case. Can't continue. Off to the side as Hills United get play back underway. Although a few of the Sutherland players don't really look like they're aware that the ball's back in action, but Hills United look to pounce on that. Surly gives the ball away, unfortunately, and Iskiraja cut in on his right. Just a little bit heavy. It was a deflection in the end there by Kasurli. That's enough to diffuse the attack for the time being. Stamatelis. Morridge. Looks like Jackson's okay to continue. Occupying that. Plenty of space out there on the right. Into Morridge. Turns Jackson Brown. A chance to go all the way if he wants. Akubu's there though. It's a great stop from the United defender. Sutherland ball back just as quickly as we say that. Chance here, McGowan. Surrounded by yellow shirts that just absolutely suffocating them in that final third. Just need a clearance here. Frangie gives his side possession. And Akubu, experienced head there, just getting rid of it. Stamatelis is there as always. However, Kitsutsa's header just not enough on that. Hills missing 3 more important rotational players: Owen Munford, Lane, and Jamal Belkadi. To look pretty good so far against opposition who's just got a chip on their shoulder. And bounce back from that. stunning 7-0 defeat. We're trying to find the words to describe that defeat prior to the game, and deflating was one of them. I think the Sharks themselves would admit it was a bit embarrassing conceding 7. Blew their defensive record out and hasn't looked good. It didn't look good in that game, apologies, but looking a lot better, a lot more promising in this one anyway in attack. They're going to need goals and plenty of them to get past this Hills United side. They can put on the goals when they want. Sydney FC 4-2 just a couple of weeks ago. You know, undermanned Sydney FC side, and they'll be the first to admit it. Tactical foul there from Thomas Mako. The Sharks looking to go quick, but again, Hills United, just the swarm of yellow all around the ball. Sharks can't breathe in that final third. Over this one, but it's Lindsay with a quick pass. Let's play back underway for Sutherland. See again, Katsuta. He's got space out wide. He's met by Kelshaw, however. Looking for the inside pass to Fernandez. Fernandez thought about the shot for a second, looked up, seen the better option. There's Matthew Morridge. Out again there by Muller. Dangerous pass to Kelshaw. To get rid of it, deflected away, but possession right back at him, bounces straight back at him, and Caleb Jackson-Brown can't get around Kasuta. Gowan now. No driven ball, he's Kasuta, first time. He's not playing it to Skiraja. This might have been better off having that first time, Kasuta. All bounced up perfectly, obviously a defender likely closing in, but just went for the soft touch. Skiraja could have been in there, but again, Hills United defence on top. Lucas early on the sideline hasn't moved. Ball in and fumbled a little bit there by Ryan Wood, but safe hands at the back there for Hills United. Caserly. Plenty of positives to take out of this first half from both sides. Obviously Hills United more, but 12 goals conceded in their last 3 away games, including a 5-goal flurry at the hands of the relegation-threatened Central Coast Mariners. So 25 odd minutes gone here, and keeping out Sutherland after plenty of chances. Just the Sharks missing that final touch in the final third there. Unable to get a real good chance off. Ryan Wood hasn't been tested to the fullest of his abilities so far. Will he be tested here? Straight down the throat. Professional save there from Ryan Wood. Prior to last week, when they beat Manly 2-1, Hills United had conceded 13 goals without firing one back. Must have been good to see that one hit the back of the net, even if it was from a centre-back in Noah Caserly. Front three, Kubu and Thomas Lopez and Anthony Frangi's firing in the Hills United attack. Could really trouble anyone in this league. Currently sitting in 10th, could move up to as high as 7th, I believe, or 8th, sorry, with a win here. And do themselves justice with a chance here, but again, just Muller's ball a little bit too high, and a bit of a disagreement there with Thomas Lopez to where that ball should have gone. Caleb Jackson-Brown is just about everywhere for Hills United. Pins that back, but Sutherland's chances can just can't get that final touch in the final third. It's been their downfall so far. Lowest amount of goals scored in the competition, the Sutherland Sharks. And it's not like they don't have the pieces to score. It's just been one of those starts, first 8 games of the season, just find the back of the net. 5 games without a goal, not in consecutive, just throughout the season. 19 of their last 20 home games have failed to score over 2 goals. Amazing when you think about it, that their home record's been pretty decent in that stretch. Across last season and this season, obviously. Bush favoured this left side to start Sutherland. Fernandez to run ups to go back to Kasuta. Kasuta, the quick little 1-2 with Moric. Under pressure here, Moric did well to get past Akubu. His possession for the time being. Fernandez with a nice little ball through. Kasuta now. Bush faked the cross the first time and deflected the second time away from Caserly, and it's a third corner, for the Sharks. 3-1 so far in the corner count. Depicts where the Sharks started compared to the scoreboard and where they are now. Everyone back for Hills. It's like 90th minute scenes here. Fernandez, first time, gets it in. Long ball to the back post, and Wood. It's an AFL mark at the back post. Just calmly plays it out. Surly, very dangerous ball to Kelshaw and almost coughed up possession. Suda last touch there, says the linesman on the nearer side here in the shade would be cheering compared to the lino on the other side there. It's just been belted by the sun in this late afternoon heat in the Shire. Anyway, enough on the weather, back on the action. Stamatellis. Smith. Bush had a bit of work to do to get to that. Coughs it up with Kelshaw. Muller. Coughed up possession a few times, unfortunately, but he's made up for it on the defensive side of the ball. And that's something they won't have to worry about. Hills. Muller's effort never dies down. This team full of running. Here's a chance. Jay McGowan gets it on the right. Looked to curl it, couldn't get the angle up. And Wood again, his 4th save of the game so far. Well, that one, he practiced for that 100 times in the warm-up. Disappointing from McGowan, could have had his 4th goal of the season, the Sharks 6th. He almost wins his side a throw in there. Okay, McGowan. Jackson Brown, Thomas Lopez, now Frangie. Frangie's trapped, loses the ball. It's going to be a free kick the way of the Sharks. A few cries for the grandstand here for a yellow. Referee is not interested in that, however. Suta now for the Sharks. Fatigue. Starting to play its part now, you can see just a little bit, that first step slowing down for both sides. Long ball through to McGowan again, but Wood had his number so far this game. He's had the Sharks number this game. Wood has had a bit to do, but at the same time, it's been a pretty light workload. Yukubu fouls Bush on the left here. That was a little bit skill there from Yukubu. Flicked it over, but brought down Jonty Bush on his way. And Stamatellis, he's got acres of space to push this forward if he wants. Jackson to Kasuda, lovely little 1-2. Kasuda, oh, that would have been lovely. That really would have been something. But here's the other way. Yukubu for Hills United gets it past the keeper, but it's going to be diffused quite easily in the end there. And how about that? Hills United meters away from making it 2-0. Kubu missed a golden chance there. The ball was going in at some pace. He was stretched out as much as he could just got a toe to it. Just didn't get enough power. That's all he really could have done in that situation, I feel. Timed his run perfect, and right after a great little 1-2 passage from the Sharks, they go in again here, and Akubu flicks it over the top, runs straight into Chris Lindsay's. Probably got a little bit of a, probably got Akubu's facial imprint on his back after that one. Turning up the heat, both sides here. Skiraja and Suda. Incredible play there, and Skiraja just tried to flick it back on, almost scorpion kicked it. Tried to scorpion kick it through to Kitsata, sorry. There's that man again. Just about everywhere for the Sharks so far. Hernandez chases after it, he can't get to it. Now another chance here. Jamba clears it in the end though. A bit of a botched clearance there from Chris Lindsay. Gets a lifeline though, because the majority of the Hills players are back. Thomas Lopez already backtracking from that attack. Saved his blushes a bit there, the Sutherland centre back. Martellus. Smith. Fernandez very, very deep for his usual position. Kasuda down the left. McGowan, long ball, looking for the back stick, and Jackson was there, but just got the wrong angle on that. Out for another goal kick. Hills United will take those all day long. Two really, really good chances there for Yu Akubu in the opening, probably last 10 minutes of this game. Hills very well could have been 2-0 going into the break, and Sutherland would argue they have had their chances to send it level, conceding in the opening minutes of this game. Or Chris Lindsay's in the way of the goal kick there. The other way now for Hills. Lopez steals it away from Akubu. Jackson Brown to Frangie. Frangie spots the runner, Kelshaw. He's got a chance to get it back in if he can hear the skipper. Kelshaw lays it off. Lopez just a little bit too high. Got underneath it. And Hills with the third chance within a matter of minutes. They're really putting the pressure on Sutherland, threatening to double the lead heading into the break, and that would be such a brutal blow for the Sharks, who have looked pretty decent going forward, just unable to capitalise on their chances so far. Score remains 1-0. Hills United's way with just under 9 minutes to go here. It's a wake-up call for the Sharks. Pushing plenty of numbers forward, and they've been caught out on the counter-attack a few times. Great recovery in the end there from Petowski. And Jamba clean up the scraps, and he's lost it in a pretty bad position there. Ball across, trying to find Fernandez, and it's Mako. Great stop. And a chance to break here if he can find Frangie, but Stamatella's first to it. And Sutherland going to reset, build another attack, because they've looked good so far. Great little ball. Fernandez, first time! What a strike! Mason Fernandez, take a bow. Ryan Wood never stood a chance. Mason Fernandez levels it for the Sharks. It is 1-1 at Seymour Shaw Park. Another great play, and they've been threatening to do that all game, the Sharks. Finally get a proper chance at it. Struck it beautifully, Mason Fernandez did. He jots his first of the season. He's looked really good so far. And it is 1-1. They deserve that, Sutherland. And Hills will be ruining those last 2-3 minutes of domination in attack. Counter-attacking. They found their rhythm. They just couldn't find the back of the net. Few golden chances missed, and they've been made to pay. Sutherland looking to level things heading into the break, unless Hills United have something to say about it. McGowan. Suits' ball only lands as far as Jackson Brown, but it's to Tamari, who he eventually fouls for a Sutherland free kick. 10 metres out from the halfway line. Patience is a virtue, and Sutherland have learnt that today. Just slowly chipping away, trying to find holes at the back five of Hills, and did a bit of miscommunication there between Mako and Petowski. Petowski, apologies. Bush gets past Akubu. Skiraja. Try to flick his man there, but it was Kelshaw in the end, in combination with Kasurli. Bush with a long throw. Headed on nice to McGowan. Kasuda, great first time ball. Here's another chance for Sutherland if they can get to it. Oh, what a stop! Sensational stuff. Looked like Kasurli got a foot to it, but it's going to be a goal kick in the end. Skiraja has injured himself. Hitting there, might have accidentally clipped his own feet. Bit of a bump off there from Kasurli, but that looked like a certain goal for Sutherland. And Hills on the back foot here in the final 5 minutes, hanging on. Try and keep this game level going into half time. Levi Skiraja receives treatment at the penalty spot there. Looks like Luke Kasurli's made a slight adjustment to his front three. It looks like Frangi's now out on the right, and Uakubu is going to be cutting in from the left. That's a smart decision there from the Hills coach. Frangi, fortunately, just didn't find much of the ball out on the right, and might have to do with the shade being on this right side. That's where Hills like to attack the most, and gives Frangi a little 5-minute spurt without the sun. Uakubu goes out wide, and also Frangi's got Kelshaw as well to play off, and he's been very vocal and a part of this attack like he is now. Kelshaw try to find Mullows playing onto it, but his run was a little bit too late, and Skiraja back onto the field. Mako's lost possession there, and here he is again. Skiraja, can he get to it? Ryan Wood clears it. Pretty assertly as well. Skiraja. Looking pretty dangerous in attack so far. Playing off Mason Fernandez and Jay McGowan. I mean, them three going forward. It's looking to be a pretty good combination for Sutherland and Steve Zorich. It's Kelshaw. Try to play it around McGowan, but let's just put it straight out. Bush. Once Morich. Samatellis. Umabache. Out on the right, was looking for Jackson, couldn't find him. He's got acres of space out there if they can get it to him. Off to go down the left. Fernandez through the legs. Beautiful ball to Bush. Can he get it through the middle? He can. Great stop in the end there. McGowan is at the edge of the box, just a little bit too far away to find it. They'll go again here. Fernandez can't get to that one, and Kelshaw will see that one out for another goal kick for Hills United. Really hanging on here. Hills, 2.5 minutes to go. They'd be pretty disappointed to go into the breakdown. But considering the way Sutherland have played the last couple of minutes, they'd be just as disappointed to be down going into the break. I think 1-1 was pretty fair for both sides. Had their chances, had their periods of dominance. Finds the header, Kelshaw. Frangi backs it on, is trying to find Lopez. Little passes, doesn't work out. Lopez plays it through. Frangie almost on the end of it, but Bush gets a foot in the way of it. Skiraja tries to turn Muller. Muller disposes of him. Like he wasn't even there. Kelshaw back to Wood. Surly. Kelshaw, first time ball. Jackson Brown, who was filling in at centre back for the time being, loses it. And Morich. Jackson on the right. Jackson with a great bit of skill, gets down the byline. Straight into the hands of Ryan Wood. Great first half for the Hills United keeper. And diffusing everything from low, high. Although a few of them have gone straight at him. It's never easy considering the quantity of attacks Sutherland have kind of pulled together in these final 10 minutes. Under 60 seconds of regulation to go. Kubu had a chance there. Wasn't going to get to it, and Stamatellis happy to see that one go through to Vekic. Bush. Heavy touch. Kelshaw puts it all the way back, and fourth official looks like he's going to put some decent time on here. It's going to be 3 minutes of added time. Confirmation there from the fourth official. It's going to be 3 extra minutes. And Hills, a pretty promising position here. Frangie, Kelshaw. Frangie tried to play Kelshaw again. He was pushed off the ball by Bush, and he's looking at the ref to get a please explain, and he's not going to get it. Skipper's going to have to march back to his wing-back spot. Hold off the Sharks for 3 minutes. That's the task. Skiraja, looping header. Can't keep it on the ground. They finally get it, the Sharks, and launches it forward. Skiraja, real chance here. It's got Jackson bolting in the box. Can't get past Kelshaw, but it's going to be a corner for the Sharks. Absolutely nothing there. Thought he was just launching the ball for the sake of it, getting it out of that tight space and playing a lot of 1-2 football there. Worked out well in the end there, and Hills again not taking any chances. Everyone's back for this corner. Scenes of injury time, but it's only the first half here at Seymour Shaw. All into the middle and foot away there by Petovsky. Straight back in. McGowan's chance here. Caserly first to it. And Jackson Brown with the acrobatic sling away. Not to be for Sutherland. Not to be. All roads pointing to a 1-1 draw heading into half-time here. I think considering both sides will be pretty content with a draw. Heading into the break, that is. Ball from Wood. And the goal kick, he's won his side about 60 metres up the field. He's looking to find Muller, who was in a temporary striking position from that goal kick. Kubu now from the far touchline. Long ball in, and it was trying to find Lopez. Couldn't get his head onto it, and Akubu's going to chase his own ball. Sticking away the first half. Petovsky. Long ball to Akubu. Sumabachi. He's first to it. And Yuakubu's foul is going to be the final play of the first half. It is 1-1 here at Seymour Shaw. It'll be a thrilling final 45 minutes. Join us back here in about 15 minutes for the second half of this game. We'll see you then.
DJ Chris will take it away.
We're back underway. The second half from Seymour Shaw Park. Fascinating first half of action. 1-1 going into the break, and both sides had their chances. There's definitely been more than 2 goals in the first half. So it was Noah Casserly who opened the scoring very, very early in the game, and then Sutherland answered back. Screamer from Mason Fernandez, and it looks like both sides made no changes at the break. Steve Zorich, don't think he made a change at the break. Neither did Luke Casserly. Pretty formational changes either as of yet. Frangie does look to have permanently switched to the left here with Uakubu out on the right. They played the first 40 minutes on opposing wings, and Frangie was switched possibly to get more involved in the action. There's Skier Raja. Fancy little poke past his defender. Couldn't get it done in the end there. And Stamatelis under a bit of pressure from Akubu. Plays it back to Vekic, who would have made a cup of tea in the time, but he had to touch that and get it away for the Sharks. So for two teams that, quite frankly, struggled to find the back of the net consistently, that is, especially Sutherland, it's all guns blazing in attack. Sutherland very poised with the ball in their own half, taking their time, getting it forward, whilst Hills United just happy to sit back and play the counter-attack like they are right now. Nicola Muller, one touch too many, doesn't seem to be. For the early pass to Uakubu, who's behind his defender. Look up before he got that one away, and Kelshaw McGowan battling for this one. Kelshaw with a great pass. Uakubu finds his skipper again. Jackson Brown's got a bit of room to move here in the middle. Jackson pushed him to the ground, and the referee eventually calls a foul. Dangerous territory there as Jackson Brown and Stamatelis pat on the back to each other after that one. Plenty of options for either side to go into as Steve Zorich on the sideline doesn't look happy with that decision. Planning with the linesman and the fourth official. 2-for-1 combo there as Uakubu. Apologies, Brian Jamba. Left that one very late, and it was only ever going to go into the legs of Umabache. It's going to be Hills United, just this second corner of the game. Vekic barking orders to his defenders. Hills keeping a few back. Sutherland just about everyone back. Jackson the only man forward. Party around Vekic. Looking for the back stick. It was a good header in the end there. Looked like it was Umabache who got to it, and pretty disappointing foul there from Caleb Jackson Brown, who goes into the referee's book. First card given out this game. I wonder if that'll, just as that card goes in, Luke Casserly just has a quick glance over his shoulder at his options, looking at his bench. Wade Giovanelli, the super sub for Hills United, the futsal star, is likely a replacement. Cam Philp as well, an option there with Mitchell Smith, Sunday Yona, and William Lucas. With Yona likely come on the wing there. And Jamba doesn't mess around with that one. Stamps that one out, and the Sharks, fifth corner of the game. Chris Lindsay. Take this one for Sutherland again. Hills everyone back. Not taking any chances with the sun in their eye this time. Ironwood looking to get clear. Had a chance there to take it, but it was Muller. Looping header was destined for the top corner if Wood didn't get to it. But Wood again has had a fantastic afternoon so far. Just cleans it up. Again, Muller, bit of a risky pass, and the goal scorer, Noah Casserly, just clears it. And Uakubu's a chance to get to this, but not about G. Oh, sorry, that was Bush out there on the left. Change of sides, caught me off guard a bit there. Casserly header in the middle. It's Frangie, if he can get to it. There's a few numbers forward there, but Stamatellis have to defuse the situation for Sutherland. Fernandez turns his man in there beautifully. Great little battle there. I think that's Mako and Katsuda. Mako comes off the winner for the time being. Kubu, good chance for Hills if they can get it into the right position here. Colshaw goes down and referee blows his whistle. McGowan, the culprit this time for Sutherland. Kowski. Fernandez coming on a bit of pace there, but didn't seem to worry the veteran centre back. Sutherland a chance. McGowan made the run almost from his own box. Lindsay tries to go on his own. Finds McGowan eventually. Cuts in on his left, was looking for Lindsay, gets the ball back. Sharp ball into Fernandez, but Casserly gets rid of it just as quickly. Should have kickoff at the other game at St. George City, Spirit versus St. George FC. Too far from here is Frangie. Brings it back. Play forward to Lopez, and it was almost through to Muller. But offside in the end there from Thomas Lopez. Kasuda, a bit sloppy in the middle. To Frangie, but saved by the offside flag for the time being anyway. So that game has just kicked off. 9 minutes gone between the Spirit and St. George Saints. Keep you posted on that as it goes, and obviously once this goes off there, you got two options for the games. St. George City takes to Marconi at 7:15. Good game between two of the competition high flyers. 8th at the moment, St. George City, after a very impressive debut season last year. Marconi sitting pretty in second place with just one draw and one loss from the first 8 games. Back to the action here. Fernandez struck it from distance once. Casserly gets rid of it. And Mako bringing it forward. They've got numbers here, Hills, if they can get down the line with the Kubu. Little battle there with Bush. Kelshaw joins the action. Kubu again. Caleb Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown and Muller. He's got a chance to strike it. Goes for it. I think he wrong-footed just about everyone there. Took a deflection on the way. If it was on target, it was in for all money because Vekic was guarding the left of his goal, and that was steaming towards the right, but took a bit of a Nathan Lyon off spinner away for a corner. Ball in, going towards the back stick. There's no one there, unfortunately, for Hills. And Bush basically unmarked. Clears it out of danger, and Kelshaw. So right back in. Looking for an early counter-attack there with Jackson out on the left, and making up some meters trying to get that ball back. Frangie to Jamba. Jackson Brown now. Throw in for Hills. They're looking good. A bit more like a killer instinct approach in attack. They're not messing around. They've had a lead. Should have extended it. Looking to make it 2 here. Plenty of chances to start. Kelshaw Long ball in. Thomas Lopez almost got his head to it, but Vekic was first to it. And Lopez might have copped a bit of a blow. Could be a chance for Luke Cassily. He's going to go to his bench. Mitchell Smith's being warmed up. Probably, you'd say Caleb Jackson Brown's probably going to be the man to make way with the yellow card, but could be Lopez. To 3 goals in their last 4 games, Sutherland. It's an improvement. Got to take the positives out of what's been a really disappointing start to the season. To start finding the back of the net more consistently, that is, if they want to get out of that bottom 2 of the NPL New South Wales men's ladder. So it's going to be Mitchell Smith who's going to come on the next chance, and it does look like it's going to be Thomas Lopez, the man to make way. Sutherland going to get a goal before they get the chance to make that sub. Jackson. Back to Stamatellis. Smith. Long ball to absolutely no one, unfortunately. It's going to be a double substitution here for Hills. Thomas Lopez.
Substitution for Hills United.
Going to make way. It's Uakubu.
Number 9, Uakubu. And coming on the pitch is number 18, Mitchell Smith.
And Thomas Lopez is going to make way. Sunday Yona. Former Bulls FC Academy product. Made the switch the end of last season. Wearing top flight football to the academies.
And a substitution for Hills United coming off the pitch is number 20, Thomas Lopez. Coming onto the pitch is number 24, Sunday Yona.
Kubo and Lopez off. Rangy the only survivor of the starting front 3 so far. Mitchell Smith occupying the number 9 role. Yona, plenty of pace to burn out there on the right. Can make up tracks in defence as well. We've seen that last year. Bit of a later addition to the Bulls FC Academy team, but Joko Kalic used him plenty. Suda. Jackson almost loses it to Frangie. Which way is this going to go? It's going to go the way of Hills. Jackson can't believe it. Mako. He's got options out right, wide. Yona. Kelshaw to his left. Opts to go to him. The pass is just a little bit too long, and Kelshaw tried to get it across, but found the side netting, and Luke Cassily just puts his hands up in the air, wondering how that one went wrong for Hills. They had numbers everywhere, and the freshman, Yona off the bench, the best start to his game so far. Got half an hour to make up for it. Plenty of time. Tell us now. Jackson. Mabachi looking to beat Jamba to the ball. I don't know if he was out, if the ball was out when Jamba touched that. On as it is. Stamatellis. Really forcing Hills on the back foot now, just forcing them to run to the ball. They've got plenty of time coming out of the back, but in the middle they're just trying to outnumber them, and it's looking to bit fatigued now. The Hills midfield engine. Good shot here. Just got underneath it again and turning. Didn't get a real good look at the goal. Here by Skiraja. Looked good so far. Unable to get that real good chance, and there it was. He's had a few good link-up plays for sure, and was involved in the first goal for Mason Fernandez. A few more substitutes being warmed up on the Hills United bench as Frangi's header put Caleb Jackson-Brown through, but it was over the back of Stamatellis, who his back looks worse for wear coming off that. Stamatellis looking to go early, couldn't get the loft of the ball, and it's only gone as far as Jackson-Brown. He's met by two Sharks defenders, one of them being Umabachi. It's the first to it. Throw. Going to pick out Jackson-Brown, and a bit of work to do to get it back here. Kotovsky's pass was only as far as Jackson, and Skiraja had a chance to go down the back there, and Noah Casserly has had a stunning game so far. Umabachi's throw to Stamatellis. McGowan, he hasn't had much of the ball in the second half after playing a prominent role in the first in the Sharks attack. Jay McGowan gets past a couple. Sandayono brings him down. It's going to be a free kick. Good chance to whip it in for Sutherland here. Ahmed in the middle, off the bench. Set up this play, and it's a good opportunity if they get it across the middle. Again, another stop there from Thomas Mako. That back three central defenders have been stunning so far for Hills United. Stopped a flurry of chances. And it's been shared, and obviously Noah Casserly getting the goal as well. Repping one for the Defenders Union. Mo Ahmed looks to have made his way on the field for Sutherland. Playing in an advanced role in the middle of the park, that is. Seemingly replacing Jackson. Umabachi. That's his winger there, and there's the substitute Ahmed. Lindsay's ball to McGowan. His touch is a little bit too heavy, and Kelshaw gets rid of it. Smith tried to chest it onto Frangi, and they've got the ball back here. Smith looking to play it out wide to Yona. If he can get his head to it, Lindsay's there first. Smith goes to the ground. Everything's happening in that attack. But Sutherland, now a chance to recoup. Stamatellis. Currently speaking, Sutherland would move off the bottom of the NPL New South Wales men's ladder into 15th and be within reaching distance of to escape from next round onwards if they can hold on to the draw. Cowan as well to win that back and reset here. Ahmed to push. Very advanced now. Only two back for Sutherland. A bit. Could be caught on the counter. Yona, plenty of pressure there on Chris Lindsay. He's been taken down. Ref plays advantage for the time being. Long ball. It's just going to go straight into Ryan Wood. looking to make another couple of substitutions here. Might not need it if they get a goal here. What can Yona do? He's stopped by Bush. It's a pretty 50-50 challenge there. Yona, the beneficiary of it, finds Muller. He's got options, could have gone himself. And a chance for Sutherland to break the other way now. Plenty of options forward. Skiraja. Woods off his line. Jackson making a darting run to the back post. And it's Casserly again, putting a stop to that dangerous counter-attack. Skiraja, you thought if he just pinned his ears back and kept going, might have been a chance there. Wood was miles off his line. He wasn't suspecting that one. Could have gone for the audacious chip from long range, but this could work out the better for Sutherland anyway. Sixth corner of the game. Lindsay stepping up for this one again. Starts making a run at the front stick. Skiraja's there again. Falls to Jay McGowan at the edge of the box. Just couldn't get the power on it. Everything else was perfect about that one. Smith outnumbered. His man in and won't want to see that one on the highlights. Mitchell Smith, that's for sure, went for the outside of the foot dink to Caleb Jackson Brown on the right, and he's almost taken out the kids on the balcony in the front row there. Disrespect to that, just a bit of a slip up from the substitute. Out of position in all fairness. Used to be in central and just out on the right there. Some strikers just prefer to be on the receiving end of those balls, and I think Mitchell Smith definitely won't want to watch that one back again. McGowan. Skiraja trying to find Fernandez making the run through the middle. It's fallen the other way for Yona. Nikolai Muller screaming at Mitchell Smith. What are you doing? Bit of miscommunication there from the two middlemen for Hills United. They can break away here. Opt not to. Going back to Kelshaw. Plays Frangie. He's got space if he gets to it. By Jay McGowan. Muller, Yona loses possession, and that's another frustrating end to a counter-attack as Luke Casserly sits and watch with his hands in his head for a half second there. Now numbers forward. Jackson, perfect ball through. Skiraja! Outside of the foot. Just a little bit too much, and he's copped a bit of a whack. Another disappointing end to a Sharks attack. Mightn't have realised how much time he had. And he's coughed up at probably the worst time for the Sharks. 20 minutes left. That really could have been the decider. Two more substitutes being lined up here for Hills as it looks like Liam Rippon is going to come on as well. Wade Giovanelli in the number 7 shirt coming on for Hills United. And he will likely be joined by Cam Philp. They'll both come on. A bit of a stoppage in play here. Skiraja just gets a couple more seconds to think about that chance. And I mean, if this game ends in a draw, I don't think he'll be getting much sleep tonight, the poor kid. It's a good effort. Just a little bit too much on it. Unorthodox attempt. Put in the back of the net. And a good chance for both sides to just get a drink in them and reevaluate what's happening here. Jammed by Anthony Frangie and Thomas Mako. Convening here on the sideline. And Jamba's going to make way for Philp. And it's going to be Nikolai Muller making way, and Wade Giovanelli onto the pitch for Hills United.
Number 7, Wade Giovanelli.
Great pronunciation there by the ground announcing. A little bit of emphasis on the Italian last names, you got to love it. So Wade is on, and so is Cam. Wade looking to get right into the action, but it's stopped there by Mo
Another
Ahmed.
substitution for Hills United coming off the pitch is number 4, Brian Jumper. And coming on the pitch is number 13, Cameron
Again,
Stewart.
and Noah Casserly's at his number so far. Puts another stop to another Sharks attack. Good game so far. As have most of that Hills backline. The substitutes linking up, Giovanelli. Tofsky for the long ball to Smith. Sumabachi who's there to it first. His header's a little bit wayward and lose it, but Jackson gets it back here. Skiraju in a bit of space if he can get to it. Fernandez finds him. Look to flick it on. Fernandez trying to flick it on to himself, and Petovsky first to it. Frangi's header finds Jackson Brown. Smith to Frangi. Frangi, long ball over the top. Didn't get the bounce, and Yona was in for all money there if he could get a bit more of a dink on that one. Couldn't get it in the end, though. Lindsay, Lindsay's defending partner who plays it out to Umubachi. Jackson. Just try to play it through that little gap there to Jay McGowan, who is the wiser to it. And end up with a Hills United free kick here. Precious chances for Sutherland, not going their way so far. Sunday Yona doesn't have much support. He might have to go himself. He tries to do it, and Bush puts a stop to that. Gets the ball back from McGowan and plays it up to Skiaraja. Loses it, but Ahmed's there to clean it up. McGowan was looking for his striker there, but he's basically still on the floor, and Hills get possession back. Just wonder if those substitutes are a little bit longer to get into the game here. Find their footing. Phil puts it out. Uncharacteristic mistake there. Steve Zorich looks to his bench once again. Liam Rippon, who we thought for all money was coming on, has put the bid back on, so might have to put a hold on those thoughts for the time being anyway. Still plenty of football to be played here at Seymour Shaw. Smith's ball in the middle. Mako gets a foot to it. It's not enough. Petovsky's there to save one of his other two centre-back partners. Ahmed with a long ball over the top, trying to find McGowan. Kelshaw and McGowan collided. They both look worse for wear, but it's going to be a Sutherland free kick, and this is a really good chance for the Hose. The set piece specialist, Chris Lindsay. Go for goal from here, surely. Seen stranger things, but try to find Stamatellis running into the penalty spot there. They've lost it just as quickly. Jackson Brown over the top. Yona almost got to it, but Vekic was very, very high up in his own half and got to that pretty easily in the end there. Smart work from the Sutherland keeper. Jay McGowan trying to get past Jackson Brown. Doesn't do his best there. That's out for a Hills throw-in. So around the grounds, St. George Saints in spirit. St. George have taken a 1-0 lead, but back to the action here. Yona's ball across the face. Stamatellis just pokes his foot out to it. And Mo Ahmed there to help his centre-back regain possession. Chance there. Opted to use Yona a lot since coming on down the right. Gowan gets it in. It's very, very close in the end there. From this angle, it looked like Kasuda was going to get on the end of it. Great bit of skill there from Giovanelli, but Ryan Wood just stood still. He's seen a lot of those balls come to him today, and I think he's got the formula worked out. With a bit of a stumble, but he's able to recover. Kelshaw to Giovanelli. There's the futsal star looking for the cross. It's deflected away, but they'll retain possession anyway. Double substitution being lined up here for Sutherland. Skiraja gets back possession in the meantime. It's going to be Liam Rippon. And it's going to be Sam Gulasano, sorry. Rippon, striker. Lozano will likely go in on the flank. Had a really good game against United a couple of weeks ago. 10 minutes ago, Hills only with one substitution remaining. Sharks 2 more, but can only make them within the 1 stoppage. Kitsuda. Samatellis. He fakes thinking about the shot. He goes for it here. Just wide of the back stick. The veteran centre back doesn't find himself in those positions too many times, and a bit of a smile as he jogs back to his spot. Skiraja is going to make way. Liam Rippon, more of an aerial threat coming on.
Coming off the pitch is number 77, Lima Sarakia, and coming on to the pitch is number 32, Liam Rippon. And another substitution for Sutherland Sharks coming off the pitch is number 27, Matthew Jackson, and coming on the pitch is number 6, Samuel Gulicando.
You heard it there, Sam Gulisano comes on, and he replaces Matthew Jackson, who comes off with Levi Skiraja. Had a really, really good game. Just both players just couldn't find the final touch, unfortunately. And the young striker looking to make an immediate impact. Just kind of diverged into that 10 false 9 role, while Gulisano could get his first touch of action out here on the right, replacing Matt Jackson. Gulisano, Kitsuda. Ahmed. Kitsuda finds Fernandez. Went for the outside of the foot. Am I missing something, or has there been a memo for everyone to shoot with the outside of the foot today? Because we've seen a lot. McGowan plays it across the centre. Petovsky's there. No real danger for the Hills centre back there, but we've seen a lot of outside the foots, whether it's shots or passes, and only a couple have paid off. Sutherland will look to get a payoff here. McGowan's gone down. Chris Lindsay's going to step up for this free kick. And a real chance to take the lead. In that, as we mentioned earlier, St. George Saints up 1-0 against Spirit. McGowan early plays it across the face. It's in, the substitute's got it! Liam Rippon, minutes after being subbed on, gets a goal for Sutherland, and they take a 2-1 lead at home. The youngster with basically his first touch all game, he's found the back of the net. And Sutherland with 10 minutes to go. They're up 2-1 as the youngster finding someone on the bench there to have a little embrace with. Love to see it. And Hills on the back foot once again. Had so many chances to find a second goal, and they might be punished for it. Strong foul there, and Caleb Jackson-Brown, it's the goal scorer who's going to go in the book just as quickly as he found the back of the net. Liam Rippon. Frangie with a great ball in. It's got to find the back of the net. It had to find the back of the net. There was 5 Hills United players there that all could have had their chance to finish it. And that is such a disappointing end for what was such a good free kick from Anthony Frangie. Looks like Sutherland almost tried to play an offside trap there, and it almost came back to bite him. It was Petovsky in the end who had the final shot. Just a little bit too high when the ball came bouncing up. The volley not good enough, unfortunately, and they still find themselves behind. Petoski's header straight out. Wabachi will take this one for Sutherland. Fernandez. Only as far as Petoski. Jackson Brown, we've seen him do that already. The acrobatic flick on. Frangie. Petoski under a bit of pressure, has to get rid of it. Smith's touch. As far as Stamatelis. And Hill's building a bit of momentum here, forcing the Sharks back. Bit of urgency about his final 10 minutes. Great ball from Smith back to Frangie. His touch is a little bit too heavy. Wabachi forward for Sutherland. Jackson Brown, he's been everywhere. Wins it and loses it back. Mason Fernandez try to play the ball through and he takes out Jackson Brown in the process. Don't think the referee's going to reach in his pocket for that one. Seemed a bit harmless, but definitely worth a foul anyway. So we are in for a thrilling final 8 minutes here. This game's just got one more twist. You can just feel it. Whether it's another goal or something's just bound to happen. Smith chests it down. Frangie gets away with it. Anthony Frangie, what a save by Vekic, and Yona on the follow-up. And Nenad Vekic, he's the hero for the time being for Sutherland. What a stop. Is it possible to have the opposite of a commentator's curse? I almost spoke it into existence there. It's a great chest off by Smith as Rippon almost got the bounce to work in his favour there. Jonas flick over the top and he runs into his own man there. Thomas Mako is pushed forward, leaving Hills temporarily with 4 of their 5 at the back. Stamatelis to Gulisano. Fernandez got a bit of space if he wants it. Goes to Kisatu. Ahmed. Umabachi to Gulisano. It's a good stop in the end there from Philp. Now Sutherland with a bit of momentum behind him. Still got one more sub if he needs it. Gulisano. Fernandez. All cleared away. It's only as far as Lindsay. Cassidy gets it back. Giovanali going one-on-one with Rippon. Try to find Philp. It goes straight out. It's another disappointing end to what could have been a promising counter-attack for Hills United. Rippon try to get past Petovsky. Kicked it out and it fell to Giovanelli, who lost possession there. Rippon linking up with Gulisano. Kitsuda back to Lindsay. Bush, McGowan, and they go as far as Kelshaw. Could have been a disappointing result for Sutherland there, but they get the ball back. And they're just chewing precious seconds away on the clock here. 6 minutes to go. Bush was looking for McGowan, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Here's Cassidy. He's got space to bring it forward if he wants. Sutherland have committed a few numbers forward, and that's the danger that tactic possesses. Giovanali, his long ball out to Philp. It's intercepted by Gulisano. Fernandez back to that man there. Gulisano try to get it in the middle. Cassidy gets it, but it's going to be a yellow card to Anthony Frangie. He took out Gulisano, who's still on the floor from that one. Physio's going to come on for that. Third yellow card of the game. being issued, and Anthony Ferengi won't want to be accumulating those too many. So crucial to this Hills team. Chris Lindsay, 4.5 to go. Trap it in the corner, surely not yet. Gulisano finds Fernandez. He was wrapped up with Jackson Brown and he's lost it. Petoskey forward to Yona. Got plenty of space. He's trying to get him down. Yona's ball across the face of goal, and it just skims past the fingertips of Nenad Vekic. And it's going to go out for a throw. There's just no one there at the back stick for Hills. Umabachi taking his time with this throw. Don't blame him. Gulisano's header is intercepted by Smith. Final touch looked to be off Smith. Linesman says it's Hills' ball. Hills lining up for a long throw here. Big one from Petoskey. Goes to the front stick. It's headed back into the dangerous part of the box, but Hills remain with the ball. Frangi's touch is a little bit too heavy. It's a 3-on-1 counter-attack for Sutherland. Gulisano plays it through. Ahmed's 1-on-1. Can he seal the game for Sutherland? He spills his lines. And now the other way. Giovanali tried to play it through to Yona. McGowan stopped it, but what a missed chance for Sutherland. Maya Ahmed went for the roulette. Just stepped over the ball a little bit as Petoskey heads it back to Wood. They're out on their feet here a moment. This engine room of the Hills team. Now a chance with Kelshaw. Finds Smith. Bit of a deflection there, but he's got the ball in the end. Yona's with him if he wants. Played it down to Mako. Giovanali. Ball was looking for Yona. Yona was going on the outside. Giovanali went on the inside, and in the end it's gone straight to Vekic. 2 minutes to go. Does this game have one more twist? Spanner in the works. Possibly for one of the sides. Lippin's header goes straight out. Stray ball goes onto the pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sutherland Sharks would like to welcome their newest sponsor, Food Easy, to the Sutherland Sharks Football Club family. So a massive thank you to Food Easy for all their support and their sponsorship for the season.
Hills trapped. Back right of their own half. And that's going to be a card. Thought it was going to be a card to Kelshaw, but I think it's caused Mason Fernandez in the end there for time wasting. The goal scorer joins his teammate getting a goal and getting in the referee's book in the same game. Frangi's pass didn't go to plan, but he finds it back. Giovanelli out wide. Gets a handball, and this is a really, really good chance for Hills. Giovanelli wants to take it quickly. Gets Frangi off the ball. Giovanali's cross goes to the front stick, and it's headed away by Umabachi. Fernandez just gets it out of there, but he can only go as far as the Hills United bench. .30 seconds of regulation to play. You'd expect a good couple of minutes of injury time anyway, so plenty of time for Hills if they can stay here. Mako gets out of danger there. Jackson Brown to Casserly. Casserly, long ball through. Kelshaw first time, another great save by Vekic. the linesman's called offside in the end there, so it wouldn't have counted, but it was a great first touch, but an even better save from Vekic. Keeping his side's lead for the time being. 4 minutes of injury time. Vekic won't be in a rush to take this one. Half-time at the Saints Spirit game. Saints lead 1-0. Tune into the second half of that on the conclusion of this game here. Bush, long ball forward. No one there, surprisingly. Ripping a little bit late to it. Kelshaw launches it. Stamatella's had to bend down to head that one. And Yona again, flat-footed. It's gone out for another Sharks goal kick. Crucial seconds being ticked away for the host. So as things stand, Sutherland would go off the bottom of the ladder and up to 12th. Push the Mariners to the bottom, and Spirit would fall into 15th place. It's very early stages, but you never know with these relegation scraps. Every point can count. Long ball goes out on the full from Vekic. Kelshaw's going to have to go on a bit of a trek to get the ball back. Just giving it up, but they'll win it back just as quickly. Long ball forward. Yona's got the legs to get there. He's got Frangie at the back post if he can get it there. Yona goes himself. Plays it at the edge of the box here. Smith assesses his options. Almost loses it. Gets around the back. What a stop. Jonty Bush could be a game saver. Smith was through for all money there. Just a little bit of a heavy touch, and Jonty Bush, every inch of his body got onto that one, and referee's holding the physio off for the time being. Frangie was at the back stick, and players of his caliber don't miss chances like that, so just showing how crucial that stop was. Long ball in from Cassidy. Vekic is going to take it pretty comfortably in the end there. Mitch Smith, a bit of an altercation there with Mitchell Stamatellis. Mitch was going at it. Thought it was a penalty. I didn't see too much there to justify his call. Wood giving it to Kelshaw, who's got plenty of time to take it forward if he wishes. He doesn't. Gives it to Yona. Yona plays it out wide, and it was a good stop in the end there. Again, it was Bush. Could this be the final roll of the dice for Hills United? Under a minute to go in injury time. Giovanelli's on this one. Goes to the front stick. Gone back in. Few appeals for handball. Referee not interested in it. But if they can maintain this position, they've got plenty of numbers forward. Long ball looking out wide for Frangie. Can't get there. Rippon's header. Ball over the top. Rippon's got space if he can get to this. Heads it forward. Liam Rippon for his second. Good stop in the end there from Cam Philp. And Sutherland, all of a sudden, with 7 players back, are going to have to take this corner, and Gulisano is going to be basically the only man up there, and that's going to be it. The final play of the game. The Sutherland Sharks are off the bottom of the ladder. Just their second win of the season, and what a win it was. Hills United absolutely deflated after that one. Disappointing result for them, but a thrilling game and an incredible comeback from Sutherland, considering what happened to them against RPL Leichhardt. It's been a fantastic game of football. Sutherland out of the bottom 2, and in some fashion, lots of improvement around the park. What a thrilling game of football that was. Thank you for joining us on the Football New South Wales live stream on YouTube. You can tune into the second half of St. George FC versus the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Half-time, St. George with a 1-0 lead there, and then later on tonight, their rivals, St. George City, will travel to the southwest to face Marconi at 7:15, and then we got a blockbuster Super Sunday. 4 games kicking off simultaneously. But we've witnessed a great game of football here, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be on the call for Sydney United versus Rockdale Linden, one of the fiercest rivalries in the NPL. But I've been Dominic Croniti. Thank you for joining us on the live stream, and hope you enjoy your night.